Hey guys, this is Mind Over Body Fitness, home of CrossFit MOB. I'm Coach Gobbs, this is Coach April. Today's movement series, we have the barbell front squat. Some good videos to reference is gonna be the air squat video that we posted previously and the barbell power clean video that we posted previously. So April's gonna demonstrate some good front squat reps for us, but she's gonna power clean it up first into that front rack, and we're gonna do those front squats. Great, those are great front squats. So, some things to notice in the front squat, we're gonna have our nice squat stance, which is just right outside of the hips or right outside the shoulders. And her toes are pointed in a comfortable position for her, whether they're straight forward or slightly turned, that's okay. Next is front rack position. Bars resting on the shoulders, elbows are nice and high. This is a great starting position of the front squat. Barbell pass should be straight up and down. So the hips go back and down, hip crease gets below the knees, drive through the middle of the foot and stand it up until the hips are open, knees are straight. And as you can see, she squats nice and low. Core stays tight, shoulders stay back. All right, let's see one more. And notice our finished position, our elbows stay in front of the barbell the whole time. This is a great finished position. Some common errors that we might see here is gonna be number one, the setup. All right, if the feet are too narrow or too wide, wider than her normal squat stance, right, so then you'll be able to tell it's not how they normally squat. It's not the foundational air squat position. Right, another common error might be feet are too close together. We know this is not the way she squats because her foundational air squat's a little wider. So we're gonna ask her, oh, very good. We're gonna say, Coach April, let's widen that stance a little bit to our comfortable foundational air squat stance. Perfect, all right. Now she's ready, feet are outside the hips, bars resting on the front rack to perform her air squat. Hips go back and down, hip crease gets below the knees, drive to the middle of the foot, stand it up. Great finished position. Another common error is incorrect front rack. And this is a big one that we'll see commonly. People are not having the barbell rest on the shoulders, so she might have it in her hands where the elbows are dropped. And as you can see, now it is no longer resting on her shoulders, it's resting in her hands, and all the pressure is on her wrists. This is very uncomfortable. It also makes it very difficult to perform a front squat. She can give it a try, but her elbows might hit her legs, and she's probably not very comfortable right now. All right, so what we're gonna ask is, Coach April, let's go ahead and raise those elbows up. And if she's someone that's like, you know what, that's a hard position for me to hit, wrists might be tight, so we're gonna say, go ahead and open up your hands. So now the barbell's on her fingertips. This is called a fingertip grip. This is okay. It's even okay if your pinky comes off the bar. That's gonna be just fine as long as she can get the bar to rest on those shoulders. All right, that's a much better setup position for her. Another common error we see in the front squat is gonna be range of motion. This usually happens by not squatting low enough, right? So April might not be able to get an ideal position and she's not squatting as low as she can. All right, so what we're gonna ask her to do is, hey, let's try to squat just a little lower, get the hip crease below the knees. Great. All right, if she's having a hard time with the barbell, we might go back to the air squat and work on the air squat range of motion there until she can hit correct depth. Another common error, especially if you're trying to go a little bit quicker, is not standing up all the way, which is gonna be the hips aren't open or the knees don't straighten. As you can see, the hips stay kind of closed. Our correction is gonna say, make sure to straighten your knees, open those hips all the way every front squat. Knees are straight, hips are open, elbows in front of the plane of the bar. That's what we're looking for. Next common mistake we might see is losing the core. And this is a common one we'll see in the front squat. Our goal in the front squat should be to keep core integrity, which means we're keeping the chest as vertical as we can throughout the entire squat. Common error we see is if we lose core integrity in our thoracic spine, which is the upper part of the back. And this might be the elbows are too close together, the upper back round, so you'll start to squat. Here the head's down. What this is gonna do is encourage her to drop her elbows and have bad squat technique. And so we're gonna say, hey, Coach April, as you front squat, I want you to kind of push those elbows out just so they're even with the shoulders are slightly out, and slightly pinch your shoulder blades back. There we go. All right, the bar is still resting on the shoulders. All right, that's gonna help correct that loss of integrity in the upper spine. Last one is gonna be losing integrity in the lower back. And this is by bottoming out in the bottom of the squat. The back is gonna look like kind of like a half rainbow or a banana. All right, so as she squats, she loses the core and there's just this round in the lower back. So you can see the elbows are dropped here too. She's lost core integrity. If this happens, we'd recommend that she would just drop the bar and not try to stand it up. Right, until we can maintain that core integrity. So we're gonna ask her, Coach April, let's try that again. So common fix is we're gonna say, hey, Coach April, I want you to keep your elbows as high as you can, slightly pinch your shoulders back, keep your core tight so we're not losing that lumbar curve, and try not to bottom out in that squat. When you feel like you're gonna bottom out, just stand it up. Perfect, all right, maintain that core integrity. This is what we want our front squat to look like. Core stays nice and tight, elbows up, and we're nice and vertical here. Let's do one more. We're gonna stop and up, perfect. Back stayed nice and flat. We have one more error for you I just wanted to bring up. This one's common that when we're squatting, and you guys, when we talked about it in the air squat, is if the knees are buckling in as you guys perform your squat. So if this happens in front squat, the knees kind of come inward. You can see the weight's no longer over her toes. This looks very uncomfortable. So let's do that one more time. Our correction for this is pretty easy. We're gonna tell our athlete or April, hey, push those knees out, boom, much better position. She can stand it up. As you can see, April's real strong, she's shaking. All right, those are good front squat reps. Thanks for joining us, guys. If you like what you saw, you can get more of our content either on our social medias at CrossFit MOB, or you can visit our website, crossfit-mob.com. Or if you're in the area, we'd love to have you. Your first time here is free. We'd love for you to come check us out and see if you like it for yourself. Thanks, guys.